of the Cashflow Club. Roger, warm welcome.
Thank you for having me.
You know, when I invited Roger here, he told me, Sandra, I want to speak for an hour. I said, Roger, you know, it's just 15 minutes. But yeah, I know he has so much to share, particularly for entrepreneurs. So Roger, let me just open the floor to you and start by sharing with our listeners. But we have a lot of entrepreneurs listening. What is the Cashflow Club?
Okay, Cashflow Clubs is a business school and entrepreneur network. We use simulations to teach business, investing, and finance. It was invented by the writer of Rich Dad Poor Dad, Robert Kiyosaki, which became a 6-time New York Times bestseller. Sold in every bookstore in this country and probably in every country throughout the world. It changed millions of people's lives worldwide, these books. But the true prize was actually the simulations that he invented, that we have proven over the past 12 years of training thousands of people that is the best way to teach entrepreneurship and investing. And what we have found is you also have to teach entrepreneurship with investing and finance, because finance is the language of business.
No, Roger, I know because I've sat in one of your training sessions before, and I know your cash flow concept is really about challenging the traditional way of doing investing and finance. How has it been to rewire entrepreneurs to think differently?
How has it been? It has been dramatic. In fact, when you experience something like cash flow, it makes you not just question the financial system, but it also makes you question the education system. Because, you know, in terms of the amount of information that you learn in a simulation, everybody knows a simulation is effective, but what they don't know is how effective it is compared to classroom style. When you do a typical course, you remember 30% and less, but when you learn by a simulation, you remember 90% and more. So in our courses, we don't have any exams, we don't have any homework. You just participate as much as you can, and you would learn. You actually get to practice what you're doing before you do it in real life. So just like a person who's training to fly a plane, he can either read a textbook or practice in a simulation. Which one do you think will be more effective?
Simulation.
Simulation by far. So our simple question is, why not have simulations in education? And we've proven that it works extremely well. So much so that, of course, in the early days when we started Cashflow Clubs, being a young entrepreneur teaching finance is a laughing matter. A lot of financial institutions didn't take us seriously because we use games and simulations to teach these things. Now they can't laugh anymore, because now we have a track record of thousands of people trained. We have results to prove it. So it's just a matter of them, we are a lot more mainstream now with our own radio show on our computer station. And, a lot of financial institutions actually using our training now because they realize we actually hit the nail directly on the head. And so now we can actually consistently produce entrepreneurs that start multiple businesses. And in addition to that, they also go into real estate and they go into stocks. They know how to invest. They know how to use the banking system to their advantage. They know how to do loans. They know how to do retirement planning, insurance, the full works. And that is what you need from an entrepreneur. Our school system cannot produce those results.
Still on that, Roger, I sat in on one of your sessions. One of them, I saw you had a whole bunch, I think could be over 100 primary and secondary school students. And they were just lapping up everything you had to say. And they were taking notes and they were sort of mimicking and doing different kind of role playing and so. But how has that been though? Taking them out of traditional mainstream in terms of thought process to what you're trying to introduce?
So so we run several businesses now that use simulations to teach. So it's not just Cashflow Clubs now, because we've proven with Cashflow Clubs that simulations are superior in every possible way. So people will see for themselves that it makes no sense doing entrepreneurship courses at other institutions that use classroom style. They do it at Cashflow Clubs instead. We have moved on into science and engineering. So we have a program called Mad Science, and that's what you see in the school system. It's very popular in the primary schools, and it's gaining a lot of popularity in the high schools. So Mad Science uses a simulation-based approach to teach science and engineering, and we now have a summer camp starting soon with Chuck E. Cheese. And Chuck E. Cheese is going to be hosting all our programs and that kind of thing, in addition to us going to primary schools and high schools throughout the country. So we're currently hiring as much as we can, right? We just recently started a sales training company using same simulations to teach sales, because that is the number one skill in business. The number one skill of an entrepreneur and investor is the ability to sell. Again, you don't learn that in a business course in the school system. I will know for sure I did a degree in business, and up to now I have used that degree as a business owner, and I've been in business for quite some time now. So what is happening now in the education system? With Cashflow Clubs, we don't use Cashflow in training high school and primary school kids at all. Reason being, kids are very smart. They tend to apply what they learn very quickly. So back in 2009, I think, we trained our last 16-year-old kid. He didn't do a course, he just attended 2 Cashflow sessions. And he went back in school and started selling he got permission to do a cake sale, and he just kept that sale going. And by the time the school caught up to him, he was selling juice, cookies, stationery, making $2,000 a week. And of course, he got suspended. He was our last suspension. After that, we said, no more kids, 18 years and over, strict policy, and we have stuck to that since then. It's only now that because of the recession, a lot of parents and a lot of people from Cashflow Club are trying to get us back into schools. So we have a choice of 2 schools right now that begging for our programs. One is Bishop's in Trinity, and we are thinking seriously about St. Anthony's as well. A lot of parents are begging us to come there. But so far, we still focus on the adults because the adults should get training first.
But Roger, we have a situation in this country right now where you have hundreds of young persons under 35 and maybe a little over with degrees and can't find jobs.
Thousands, not hundreds. And they're having more, even older ones, getting released from their jobs, and some of them, not all of them, are getting visa packages. Yes. And because of that, we have moved on from holding 1 course a month to 3 and sometimes 4 courses a month. We're trying our best to deal with that situation. We have tried to go through the unions as well. OWTU is quite familiar with us, but they're not designed to use programs like ours in the way that it should be used. And then there's the ideology problem. We create entrepreneurs, we create capitalists, and that is somewhat against their ideology. But our simple message to them is, the education from rich dad is, the tagline is, what the rich teach their kids about money that the poor and middle class do not. Like it or not, we live in a capitalist world, and capitalism should be taught in the school system. We should be learning about money in schools. So we outright say it's a crime against humanity not to teach this in schools. Kids and parents should learn about investing. They should learn how to use bank financing properly. Yes. They should know the difference between an asset and a liability. They should know how to read an income statement, balance sheet, and cash flow statement. They should know how to make more money. They're not taught these skills. They go out in the working world after spending all that money on degrees and master's programs, and they get low salaries. And even if they get a high salary, as we have clearly seen training all the people we have trained, yes, even if they get a job in the financial industry as a manager, making $45,000 a month, when they go through their financial statements, they're still just over broke because their lifestyle catches up to their income. So after they pay off all their expenses and the 2 car payments and the mortgage, the home mortgage and all that stuff, they're left with $300, $400, $500 to play around with. And that's normal. And that's insane.
And that is not break even,
That's crazy. And a lot of people live like that. The vast majority of people live like that.
But Roger, you made a point about the OWTU and what is their ideology and what is not. But I don't think it's about that. It has to do with the reality. The reality is we need to start creating an enabling environment for entrepreneurs. And if you have the wherewithal and the resources, why not?
Exactly. But hear this. One of the beauties of Cashflow Clubs program is that you don't have to be from a rich family to be in business. This education is for everyone. And if you could take an entrepreneur off the streets, an 18, 19-year-old entrepreneur, and through simulations teach them how to raise capital, then you have a game changer. And that's what we're able to do. Yes. So where I understand where Ozzy, because Ozzy is the main intellectual at OWTU, where I understand his point of view, I think they still fall short because our program covers all those boundaries. It takes anyone and gives them the skills they need to succeed in business. And once people finish cash flow, the first thing they do is learn to sell, because that's the most important skill. And that's why we had to start a sales training company to deal with all the people that we were producing that needed sales training. And again, simulation based.
Roger, I know you challenged me and you said an hour, but unfortunately we are out of time and we have a lot more to talk about. We'll probably organize another session. But what would you like to leave with our listeners?
Please, if you never ever see me again, please get your copy of Rich Dad Poor Dad. It's sold in every bookstore. If you can't afford it, go download it online for free. Invest in your own financial education. That is your first step, and that is the first major investment you should make. Do not invest in anything else until you're financially educated.
Thank you. That was Roger Moore, president of Cashflow Club Incorporated, sharing with us much information about the whole entrepreneurial landscape, what is required, particularly as it relates to finance and investments. We take a short break. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
For startups, entrepreneurs, and small business.